How are we, everyone? You're very welcome along to tonight's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. You know the drill. Hit the like button, subscribe, let me know your comments, all the usual stuff every YouTuber that's ever existed has said. But I do really appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in, and I'm going to do my best to quickly round up the latest Liverpool news for you. Not so much transfer talk today. There is one little thing. We'll have a little visit to a certain island we like to call Bullshit Island. So yeah, look, let's get straight into it. Liverpool yesterday signed a contract extension with Standard Chartered that will keep them as the club's official shirt sponsor until the end of the 2026-27 season. It's rumoured that the deal is believed to be worth £50 million per season, which is a £10 million increase on the previous deal, which was £40 million a season. Surprisingly enough, that's how maths works. And look, it is what it is. I know no company are ever going to be squeaky clean ethically or whatever, but like Standard Chartered have been grand. The logo doesn't look too bad on the front of the shirts, and yeah, it's more of the same. So 50 million a season will certainly help the coffers, and will certainly help the club put some money in the bank after what has been a pretty productive summer, and hopefully what will be a pretty productive next summer. You thought I wasn't going to bring him up, but no, I'm not going. I'm only joking with you. But yeah, no, that's a good deal for me. End of the 2026-27 season, 50 million quid a year. Can't really argue about that one. I think it's worth 200 million quid over the course of the deal, so not too shabby if you can get it. Right, a little bit of an injury setback, unfortunately. As you know, Liverpool are playing Crystal Palace tomorrow in Singapore. We'll be doing a watch along of that game over on our Twitch channel, by the way. We'll be starting our coverage at about an hour before kickoff. It's a 1:35 p.m. kickoff UK and Ireland time, so 12:35. Again, surprisingly enough with the maths. So yeah, look, the injury setback is Diogo Jota. He didn't play against Manchester United because he was still recovering from an injury setback that he had. I think it was his hamstring injury, if my memory is correct, that he picked up away on international duty with Portugal. Unfortunately for Diogo Jota, that still rules him out of this one. So I guess we'll have to just have a little longer look at Darwin. In this friendly, in the last game, it was 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. The hope is that tomorrow we're going to see 45 minutes. As the lads build up their fitness. So look, it wasn't great against Manchester United. I think that's fairly evident, but hopefully we put in a bit of a better performance tomorrow. Be lovely if Darwin can get himself on the score sheet, but again, it'll be nice to see the likes of Darwin, the likes of Carvalho, Elliott get more minutes as they step up ahead of the season, which, we won't know, but it'll be upon us before we know what's up. So this is the last game of the Asian part of the tour. Then they're back. I think the lads have a week training away in Evian or something then as we start to build up. Obviously, we've got a friendly against Strasbourg. Before that, there's the Charity Shield that's taken place, by the way, during a train strike. I don't know why they keep doing this, but it's not at Wembley. It's at the King Power Leicester's ground, and there's a train strike scheduled for it. So, surprise, surprise, it's going to be difficult for fans to get to and from the Charity Shield, which isn't a great look, again, for football, but that's where we are, unfortunately, at this moment in time. Let me know, by the way, if you're going to the game, and let me know what you think about it, because I know there's this argument or debate about whether it's a real cup competition or not. Technically, I suppose only two teams can play in it. You have to have either won the league or the FA Cup, or finished in some order of the same team winning the FA Cup, and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I don't rate it as a competition. I'm glad it raises money for charity, which is always a good thing. I think United fans like to count it up when they're counting their trophy tally. But for me, look, if we win, if we get one over Manchester City, it's always a good thing. But genuinely, I'm not that fussed about it. I'm more concerned that nobody picks up an injury and we're ready to go for the season when it kicks off. So I did tell you we're going to have a little visit to a certain island of ours that we like to go to with rumours and news stories that we don't think are quite true. Today's one really caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting it. We know Manchester United have been trying to plunder Ajax. They've been trying to go in and take the likes of Martinez, who they've agreed a fee with. They've gone into the Eredivisie and they brought in a left back from Feyenoord, I think he was from. Malacia, is that his name? And they've also looking to bring in Frankie de Jong from Barcelona, who's an ex-player. But the one that we all knew that they were also interested in was Antony. So as you can imagine, it took me a little bit by surprise today to read that Liverpool are apparently in talks with Ajax over Antony. The report says that Ajax want 80 million euro. Oh God, you heard me right. 80 million euro for a one-season wonder. And that's what this guy is. He has had one good season in the Eredivisie. Doesn't mean he's not a good player, because he looks like he's decent, but they can do one with their 80 million euro nonsense. Look, United are the only club that I'm aware of that are really pushing for Anthony. And they've been quoted, from what I've read, about 70 million euro, which is about 62, 63 million pound. That's up to United if they want to pay it or not. But for me, if Liverpool paid 70 million euro or 80 million euro for Anthony, I would have serious questions about our recruitment staff. As I said, he may come good, he may not come good, but he's had one full season in the Eredivisie with Ajax. He came in, I think he'd half a season before that, and some time with the underage team. But the report goes on to say that Liverpool are coming in strong for Anthony. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but to me, I can't see any way on earth that this is true. We've got Mohamed Salah signed up for a new deal. That's brilliant. Do we need backup for Mo on the right? Potentially. But at that price tag, I could probably name 5 players that I'd rather Liverpool go for. Obviously, Rafinha's off the table. He's gone to Barcelona. I'm kind of relieved by that, to be honest, because I wouldn't have been overly happy if he came to Liverpool. My personal favourite, I'd rather Jared Bowen to come in. I also like to look at Pedro Neto, but like 80 million euro. They say a deal could maybe be done around 70 million euro, but I just think it's ridiculous. I just think it's too much money. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you believe there's any truth to it. I think it's coming from the European side. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't take the time to look where the link came from because it was nonsense to me. So I thought I'd say it to you guys just in case, because I know he's a player that's been mentioned with United a lot and a couple of other clubs. But for me at Liverpool, it would be a pass at that price tag. Like 40 million quid, yes. 45, maybe. But not at that. And yes, by the way, I'm aware that we may have slightly overpaid for Darwin a bit, but that's a position we really needed to fill, and we are paying for potential there. You know, he's proved it at Almeria, then he went obviously to Benfica, and before that he was at, I think it was Penarol, I think was at his club over in Uruguay. So yeah, I'm aware we may have overpaid a bit for him, but it is on potential, and also we've seen him firsthand and close, and we know that he can deliver in the Champions League. By the way, I'm aware that Anthony's played the Champions League as well, just before that one's brought up. So the final thing today is actually on Darwin that I want to bring up. Jurgen Klopp was speaking about how now Darwin is going to give us not just the option of playing and setting up in a different way, but it will also give us a bit of an advantage over other teams in that they won't know how to set up to play against us. Because if we go with like a Bobby Firmino or a Diogo Jota through the centre, as we have done in recent years with Mane, and playing that kind of way, they know how to set up against that. As Carlo Ancelotti said in the Champions League final, teams are kind of getting to grips with it. But if you have to prepare for that type of Liverpool and a Liverpool with a Darwin Núñez through the centre, you know, a proper number 9, somebody who can hold the ball up, run the channels, link up play, then that gives opposition managers and opposition coaches a lot more to think about. And in Klopp's way of thinking, and I absolutely agree with him, makes us more difficult to prepare for, which is a good thing. Now, hopefully, Darwin finds the back of the net tomorrow. But again, I just want to take an opportunity to say to everybody, don't get stressed about it. Don't worry about him. He'll be absolutely fine. He's just arrived at a new team. He's barely had any time to settle in at Liverpool before they've had to uproot, go on this Asian tour, and then he'll be back and preparing for the season. Hopefully the blisters on his feet have healed up, and I'm sure he'll rattle the back of the net soon. My friends, that pretty much brings me to an end today. But again, just a reminder, tomorrow you can catch all of our matchday content live over on our Twitch channel. We will be putting up videos here on YouTube for you guys as well. I hope you're enjoying the good weather. I hope you're having a cracking summer. Football will be upon us very shortly, real football, and I can't wait for it because, and I'm going to make a bold prediction, I think we're going to win the Premier League this year. Oh yes, I do. My friends, I love it. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.